All of us have times when we're eager to make a good impression, to win the approval of parents, teachers, or friends. But influencing how others see us isn't always easy. In the story you're about to read, a 7th grade boy finds out that making a good impression can lead to some embarrassing moments. Hi, and welcome back. On today's video, I'll give you an introduction to the short story 7th grade by Gary Soto. Have you ever liked someone? Or like young people say, have you ever had a crush? If so, how do you feel when you are around that person? Maybe you feel shy or embarrassed and you don't know what to say or how to behave. And that's normal. In 7th grade by Gary Soto, he tells us the story of a young boy named Victor. He wants Teresa to be his girl. So he has to overcome feelings of shyness and nerves to make a good impression. He is motivated when he finds out that they share some classes like English and French. During French class, he takes the foolish decision to pretend to know how to speak the language. Do you think that will work out? Well, you have to read the story to find out. Now, let's talk a little bit more about the characters. Victor is the main character. He's a Mexican-American boy that is growing up in Fresno, California. He is always shy and nervous when he is around Teresa. Teresa is described in the story as a cute girl who is very smart. Actually, the story mentioned that she's really good at math. Michael Torres is the best friend of Victor, and he has decided to walk around school with a skull on his face, so something like this, because he has seen models to this expression. So he thinks that that expression calls the attention of girls, or as he says, it works out with the girls. So as you can see, Victor and Michael are doing silly things to call the attention of the girls. And of course, we have Mr. Buller, who is a French teacher. And actually, he saves Victor from great embarrassment when he pretends to speak French. A plot is a series of events that happen in a story. Usually, most stories follow 5 stages of a plot. Just as a reminder, not all the stories follow the same stages, but most of them they do. These are the 5 stages. The first one is the exposition. That's where we are introduced to the character, setting, and the conflict of the story. Then the second one is the rising action. Is when the problem starts to get more complicated. The third stage is the climax, is the point of highest excitement, and is when the problem seems impossible to solve, is a moment of more suspense in a story. And in the falling action, that's the fourth stage, and the resolution, it explains how the problem is solved, and everything in the story comes back to normal. When you read the story 7th grade, please find out these stages during the story. In almost any story, you can find a common ground with the characters by relating your knowledge and experience to theirs. This is called connecting, and it helps you enter into the story. You can make this while you read the story 7th grade. Create a simple chart like this one. On one side, you can write what is happening in the story. And on the other side, you can write how does it connect with your life. An example, what's happening in the story? Victor is daydreaming about going to France. Now, how can you connect that to your real life? Have you ever daydreamed that you travel to another place? So you write it there. I daydream of traveling to. In that way, you're going to enjoy more the story.
Gary Soto fills his fiction and poetry for young adults with lively details of his upbringing in a Mexican-American neighborhood. Soto wants his work to help others appreciate his own neighborhood's values. But he says, I am really writing about the feelings and experiences of most American kids. Having a pet, going to the park for a family cookout, getting a bee sting. The power of reading. Soto has says that as a child he never thought about being a writer. Today, though, he meets with young people to encourage their curiosity about reading and writing. The award-winning author explains, I believe in literature and the depth it adds to all our lives. Seventh grade is set in Fresno, California, where Gary Soto grew up. Fresno is located southeast of San Francisco. Its dry, hot summers and cool, humid winters are excellent for growing grapes. A large number of Latinos whose families are originally from Spanish-speaking countries are employed in Fresno's vineyards.
Now, let's make a summary of the main ideas from this video. I hope you feel more motivated to read the short story 7th grade by Gary Soto. Thanks for watching and until the next one, bye!